Welcome to Game That Tune.
Wait a minute. What am I doing? What am I doing, guys? Hold on.
Welcome to Game That Tune!
Thank you, Johnny, for playing the correct theme music and getting us properly hyped for another edition of Game That Tune. My goodness, guys. It's Game That Tune. We're back in the house. And it is the month of August. And I think we all know what that means. It's time for Johnny to have as many soundboard snafus as Johnny possible.
Can I say it?
I think he can. Johnny, say it. What do we have?
It's August Absurdity!
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm so happy to see somebody so excited.
He didn't even have to use the little packages for the toaster strudels.
Right?
I'm kind of surprised that you're so excited because you could lose your title. Like, I would imagine you're not excited about that.
But I mean, he's the absurd king. Why would he think that he's going to lose his title? It's a competition. Johnny, he believes in himself. Yeah.
Well,
Why would he
also,
not?
being a king is an obligation. It is. If there's one thing I love figuring out is how to not do things. If I could not be the king, that's fine by me, baby. It means I have less obligation. I got less babies to kiss. I got less hands to shake. It's not easy being the king.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah. That's a nice cover-up attitude you got there, Johnny. Covering up the fact that in your time as king, you have thrown the show into a wormhole and sent us careening into a parallel universe in which we only make half as much content as we used to. Your tenure as absurd king has not gone particularly smoothly. So if you're trying to get out from under it now, I'm afraid the primaries have passed, man. Your name is on the ballot. You have to compete in August Absurdity. There's no backing out now. It's you're locked in, man. So you're gonna have to yes, thank you. Just the soundboard that I've been waiting for.
You are locked in to the infinite vastness of space.
Exactly. As we all are.
Oh,
Here.
a little bit of the bitch.
There we go. Yes, good. The right one. Man, yeah, we're all locked into the vastness of space in the month of August for August Absurdity, our annual head-to-head competition. We usually compete head-to-head, but in August we like to try to take it a little bit more seriously and also a little bit more absurdly. So it's gonna be a fun month. It's one of our shorter Augusts. I mean, geez, we're recording this on August 7th, the latest possible start date for the first week of August. It's crazy. We're only gonna have 4 Wednesdays in August, but we're gonna jam pack them with video game tunes. I don't know, shit talk, excitement, probably stupid bonus rounds. There's gonna be dare I say some absurdity in the month of August.
Dude, speaking of shit talk, I've been really stepping up my fiber game lately, and it is such a game changer in how I shit.
Okay, word. I'm glad to hear that.
That's the end of my shit talk.
That's it? Like you don't want to go into any further detail? Is that what's making you happy this week, Johnny? You pooping
Yes.
like a chick?
I am dropping bricks. Oh God, it's just so good. Oh, I'm like a bricklayer.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you something, man. You got that squatty potty?
I do have that squatty potty.
All right. What about the bidet? Have you installed the bidet in your toilet
I
there?
do not have the bidet yet. I gotta get a bidet.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have. I want to get a heated bidet, and I don't have an outlet that's convenient to attach, the electric up to. Right, so I have to get an electrician in to get an outlet installed behind the toilet for the bidet.
You could also get a plumber and run a hot water line to your toilet. And that way all your water stays hot constant.
That could work too.
You don't have to just piss in it. You can just have a toilet full of hot water anytime you want.
Or you could
It's
build
huge
like
waste.
a small fire. in the
Toilet soup.
bathtub.
That's true. You could also build a fire under your ass and then put it out with the bidet.
Well, that's just called hot wings, guys.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I told you I was pooping like a champ, didn't I? Yeah, no, bidet's the real game changer. Like, I can get my knees into the squatty potty position without paying for a little platform, but spraying a concentrated water jet right up your butt, that's refreshing. It changes your life in good ways. It's good times. But man, hell, as long as we're doing this, we don't have to necessarily talk about shit. But Jesse, what's making you happy right now? This feels good. We're starting August. I'm starting off with some August positivity.
Oh fuck.
So far, we've got shit and bidets.
I think just overall wrestling has been fun. More just everywhere good wrestling is happening.
You would say that. Yep.
It's, and that's been making me happy. And my continual listening of 100 Gex makes me happy. Which is, I know I'm a weirdo, but they're
I
fun.
mean, hey, whatever makes you happy, that's the thing. If it makes you happy, that's good. We should talk about it. David, how about you, man? What's making David happy these days?
I feel like I'll get into this more later in the episode because I have been playing a particular game heavily as of late, and it's been making me pretty happy.
It's a very game that tune answer, David. I suppose that's appropriate for the show. We want to talk about wrestling and shit and spraying water up our asses, but you want to talk about video games.
Oh,
I see how it
bit
is.
of the bubbly.
Yes, that's the sound from my ass.
Oh wait, no, I got a better ass sound.
Come with me to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was really
That
hoping you
is a
played
Hot Wings ass sound.
play the 10 sound.
I mean, we could play the 10 sound, but I feel like that would have to be accompanied by a round of 10 the hard way. And, who on earth would have a round of 10 the hard way prepared to tie into something that was making them happy right now?
I'm sure hoping it's the guy who made us go to the Buzz Live website.
Right. There's no way that anybody would have 10 the hard way ready to kick off August Absurdity. Certainly not.
Hey, wait, John, you haven't said what makes you happy. What makes you happy, John?
I did say spray
He said-
water up my ass.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
water.
See, no, I was trying to. All right, never mind.
Well, but I was attempting to get that segue out of you, John. Just play the damn sound.
10.
Yeah, you know what makes me happy? This new stupid round that I cooked up called 10 the Hard Way, where we listen to 10 songs for 10 seconds apiece, and you guys try and guess them. It's a silly little round I cooked up, and when we first did it, it was what was our last episode? It was summer games, so I did beach themes. This week, it really just in the last day or so, what's really making me happy is Walls, Tim Walls. So I decided to do a Tim Walls themed episode, or a Tim Walls themed edition of 10 the Hard Way. So this is 10 Walls. How many walls is that, Johnny?
10.
Yes. Man, I really hope that this guy is the future vice president and this segment doesn't become as dated as my Tim Kaine themed bonus round from 2016. But we're going to listen to 10.
Yeah.
What?
I just want to say I buzzed in. What is Pink Floyd's The Wall?
You're right. Congratulations, David. You've won the Tim Walls theme, 10 Walls, 10 the Hard Way.
10.
It's a very Tim Walls answer of you, David. Very dad rock of you. I love this fucking guy, man. This VP pick, I really hope it works out because it's like our history teacher being elected vice president. He's great. But yeah, so I got 10 songs, and Johnny, I guess you're gonna play them, and you guys buzz in when you know them. You got 10 seconds to get your guesses in, and yeah, just like the last time, I'm gonna give you the year and the name of the song. So the first one, 2011. Build that wall.
Oh, whoop, hold on. Here we go.
Nope.
So build that wall and build it strong, 'cause we'll be.
No buzzes. David's in.
Super Mario Maker.
Ah! Wow, good guess. Jesse's in next.
Age of Empires 3.
Wow. Nope. Johnny.
Transistor.
chance. Ooh, Johnny with the very great guess of Transistor, which of course came out in 2014. 2011's super whatever game was Bastion. But, excellent guess there, Johnny. No points on the board yet, but we're going to keep going with 10 the hard way. 1996, Inside the Castle Walls. Let's see. The first buzz came from David.
Super Mario 64.
David, that's correct. Super Mario 64, Inside the Castle Walls.
Hey, fuck you.
Yes.
Right.
No, that's for me personally.
Yeah, exactly. That was Johnny Kirsten himself. So after that, we are going to continue 10 the hard way with 1992, Power Wall. David's buzzing in.
Windjammers?
Ooh. Good guess. No. Anybody else? Power Wall. I'll give you the parenthetical theme of muscle power. Jesse's buzzing in.
Is it Wings of War?
Oh, no, it's not. Johnny?
Is it Samurai Showdown?
Nope, but you're in the right genre finally. It's World Heroes, of course.
Oh, classic.
Yes, the classic fighting game of historical figures. Love that muscle power. Let's keep it going. 1995, Walls and Steels. Jesse's buzzing in first.
Wait, what was the date again?
1995.
Oh, the Final Fantasy 2?
Oh, good guess. Based on sound, great guess, but it's not correct. David, what you got?
Secret of Mana?
Oh, very close. It's not Secret of Mana, though. Johnny, any guess?
Secret of Evermore.
Secret of Evermore, also a very good guess. Sadly incorrect. No, this one a little bit tricky, guys, because it didn't come out in America in 1995, but it did come out in Japan. It was the sequel to Secret of Mana, Trials of Mana, at that time known as, of course, Seiken Densetsu 3. No points on that one. Let's keep it going back in time. 1988, Within These Castle Walls. Johnny's buzzing in first.
I'm going to guess Zelda 2.
Oh, good guess. Sadly incorrect. Jesse, what you got?
This Legend of Zelda?
No.
No.
David, last chance.
Castlevania 2?
It is Castlevania 2, baby. Well done, David.
Hey, fuck you.
That was a Konami sounding song.
I'm saying, baby. That's what we like. All right. Let's make sure I got those buzzers cleared and get ready for 2009 Hole in the Wall. And Jesse was the first to buzz on that one. Jesse, what do we have?
Was it Katamari Damacy?
Oh, it sure sounds like it, doesn't it? But no, it's not Katamari Damacy. David was in next. David, what do we have?
can't remember the name of the game, but that weird WiiWare game where you're the muscle guys jumping through the holes in the wall.
I'm gonna need you to remember the name of the game, David.
Pass.
Oh, Johnny. David described the game. Do you know the name of the game?
I think it's Muscle March. Muscle
It
March.
is Muscle March.
Yeah.
Nice job, Johnny. Nice
fuck you.
assist, David.
You're welcome, Johnny.
Oh, man. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Johnny would have picked that one up on GTT Radio Osmosis by now because nobody actually played that game. Anyway, 1994, The Discolored Wall.
Can you clear the buzzers?
Jesse buzzing in first.
Is that Super Castlevania 4?
Sure sounds like it, doesn't it, Jesse? Sadly, incorrect. David was in next.
Contra 3.
Oh, no, not correct. Johnny, any guess?
Oh,
Jesse was closest.
Yeah, whatever the Castlevania for Sega Genesis was called. Castlevania. Oh God, what was that called?
Whoa.
He's gonna need you to remember that name.
I know.
Alright.
I'm thinking. Fuck. Castlevania X. Is that what it was called?
No, man, that was the SNES one. That was Rondo of Blood, Castlevania Dracula X. No, you're looking for Castlevania Bloodlines
Ah.
on the Sega Genesis. Sorry, Johnny, but man, you were close. All right, let's keep it going. 2007, Great Wall. I don't blame anybody for not buzzing in, but now David has buzzed in. What do you got, David?
Castlevania Judgment?
Okay, no, it's not a Castlevania game anymore, but I like where your head's at. Johnny or Jesse, any guesses? Jesse.
Dynasty Warriors 3.
See, it could be almost any Dynasty Warriors game, but I didn't do that to you guys. It's not Dynasty Warriors of any kind. Johnny, any guesses?
2007. Soul Calibur 3.
Man, good guess. Not correct. My last hint was going to be it's the 5th in a series, but I don't think it would have gotten you there. This is Virtua Fighter 5.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta love that Great Wall and that great series. Okay, last two. 1991, North Wall. David's buzzing in.
Final Fantasy 4/2.
No, I'm sorry, that's not right. Johnny or Jesse? Anybody? Jesse?
Final Fantasy 6.
No. Remember, 1991, North Wall. Johnny, what do you got?
Harvest Moon.
No, sadly, that's not correct. No, it was an SNES launch title. It's ActRaiser. Man, this 10 the hard way has proven hard. These walls.
I didn't realize that was a launch title.
It sure is, if not, shortly thereafter. Great game. And now it's time for the final 10 the hard way. 2020, Wall Market. Jesse buzzed in.
Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
That's right, Jesse. Jesse got on the board at the last second. Well done, sir. Great job, man. Great start, guys. You guys earned it 10 the hard way. And, again, feeling great about those walls. That one walls in particular. So let's keep that good feeling going. David, you got the most points. So how are we starting off August with 30? Whose game are we going to first?
I want to No, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to be selfish. I want to carry on with the good feelings, and I want to talk about the game that's been making me feel good, so I want to do my game first.
Awesome.
Game 1.
right, gentlemen. So this remake features multiple changes. One of the smaller ones is in the main hub world. If you hit cockroaches, you will be awarded a coin, whereas in the original game, you could not interact with the cockroaches. Okay, Jesse seemed confident, but then he took his answer down. Oh, Jesse is very confident. He's got his answer up. We are kicking off August Absurdity with a hat trick. Everyone says Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door, and that is correct. Specifically, these songs are from the remade enhanced soundtrack of the Switch remake, so it's not the GameCube original.
Soundtrack's pretty sweet.
It's a good
Yeah,
soundtrack.
it's really great.
Yeah.
I have been loving this game, and I'm kind of surprised because I had the original on the GameCube, and it just didn't grab me. Like, I don't think I made it past the second chapter. But everybody keeps talking about how this is such an amazing game, and it's the best Paper Mario and all that. And it's like, well, they did the Switch remake. It's like, yeah, I'll give it another shot. I'll give it another fair try. And for whatever reason, this time it got me. I don't know if you know much about this this character, this Paper Mario. He's a pretty cool guy.
Is he?
Oh,
How cool is he?
Right.
I thought it was a little two-dimensional.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean, you can't set him up like that, David.
I mean, I was trying to do a setup, but yeah, the
But then you folded. Ha!
God, man.
we should
Yes.
take this act on the road.
Is that a pun?
No, I was just saying, Jesse and I should tour as a comedy act. Fuck. But no, it's an incredibly charming, enjoyable little game, and
I know
I'm
that, but in what way is Paper Mario cool?
because he has all these extra abilities that Mario doesn't that were introduced in this game. Like in the first game, it was just kind of like an art style thing, but here he's actually made of paper, so you can turn into a paper airplane and fly over gaps, or you can roll yourself up into a cylinder and just like roll underneath spaces. Like they really kind of go with the whole paper gimmick.
Mm-hmm. Now, are those really abilities, or are they more like curses foisted upon him?
So they're described as curses, but I don't really see them as curses because they give you benefits. Like if some wizard cursed me and I got $5 every morning when I woke up, I don't necessarily see that as a curse.
Okay, fair enough. I just really like the part where you open the evil chest and curses you with what turns out to be just your next like world traveling ability. It's a charming little game.
I especially like, I think it's the second or third time that it happens where the like voice in the chest is like, okay, I understand you've had bad luck. I'm not gonna do that. I'm a nice guy. And then you finally open it up. It's like, you fool.
It was fun playing playing the early parts of this game with my son. He bounced off it a little harder than I even did. But being able to do all those voices for him, he really was getting a kick out of that. And I was getting a kick out of getting to play it. Once I figured out that there was a is it sarcastic or just dim-witted evil treasure chest that doesn't realize he's doing nice things for you. It's a fun role to play.
It is.
Yeah, evil treasure chest voice, good voice.
I don't know if this is a spoiler, but also the game's been out forever, so
it hasn't. This game came out last year, this year.
The original Thousand Year Door was on the GameCube, which is 20 years old. So
who on earth would have played that?
A lot of people.
You just said it wasn't very good.
No, I said I didn't get into it.
I didn't either.
I haven't
Don't
played
spoil it.
Okay.
Okay, so you can spoil the old one. Don't spoil the remake. I haven't finished the new one.
There was just a charming fourth wall break that I recently experienced that I thought was very funny. So.
Okay.
Is it a Tim Walls?
Yeah. Which wall was that? No, but so I mean, you can spoil if it's from the original, but if this is in any way in the new one, then I'm gonna be mad at you.
I believe it was in the original, but I didn't get to this part in the original, so I don't know for sure. But there was a charming joke that caught me off guard and made me chuckle.
How far in is it? How much more do I have to play to get to this joke? I want to determine the severity of the spoiler.
In chapter 5?
Fuck. That's pretty severe.
I mean, it has very little bearing on the plot, but
in that case, yes. Break the walls.
You join up with this ragtag like pirate crew, and one of the
pirates in this game. I didn't know that.
You spoiled it for Jesse.
Yar.
And one of them is clearly an enemy in disguise. And there's a point where the team like breaks up and everything, and the character who's clearly an enemy just says, "Hey, I'm talking to you with the screen. I know I'm a bad guy. Just don't tell Mario," and then leaves. And then the partner character with Mario is like, "What the hell does he mean, you with the screen? Who is he talking to?"
That's cute.
It was very funny.
I do like stuff like that.
These games, like, the gameplay is fine, but like the charm is in the world and in the writing. Like, it's the game's just oozing charm. I have never gotten terribly into the Paper Mario series, but this one I've played a little bit recently, and it's like, oh wow, I see the appeal of this. Like, these are just cute, and the battles are easy fun, and again, it's been fun playing it with my son and watching him try to I'm like trying to make it clear to him, like, hey, talk to all the characters and like read what they're saying, because they might say something important, like how that a certain boss might react to a certain item or whatever. Like, it's been fun trying to get him to pay attention. And also, like, it's been good for his, like, reading and kind of, like, understanding things like jokes and sarcasm. Like me doing the voices for these things. He's like, oh, okay. This is, this not all of this dialogue is so straightforward. These people aren't being totally literal all the time. Like, it's a well-written, it's a fun game. And it's been fun as a dad and kid couch experience. So I'm loving it.
And I do like, because there's a whole badge system that'll give you upgrades to increase your strength, or you can restore health randomly through battles and all that kind of stuff. But there's also fun little cosmetic badges where you can like change Mario's colors and whatnot. And there are different sound effect ones. And I found one that changes all of your attacks into Princess Peach giggles. And I have kept that equipped the entire time. So like, a Goomba comes rushing at me. I hit it with the hammer for the first strike, and all you hear is, haha. It's really fucking funny.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yep. Charming.
Sold.
Yeah, it's like I said, I played this originally when it came out, and I didn't quite see the appeal, but now I am completely bought into the appeal. I am having an absolute blast with this game.
Hell yeah.
Sounds awesome.
I'm glad. Because it's just kind of one of those games. Bright, colorful, funny, easy. Just good, feel good game.
It is.
I'm trying to think. Like, I guess there was, so Johnny's not going to play this, but Jesse, have you played 1,000 Year Door at all?
I have not.
Okay, I was going to say, like, it's an all around like feel good game, and then there was kind of early on, like, you meet the Koopa Troopa guy, Koops, who thinks his dad is dead, or his dad is dead or whatever, because he was eaten by the giant dragon, and playing that with my kid was it's like, son, I guess his dad really is dead. He's talking, he's like crying over the skeletons in the cute castle. Like, this is. Not dark, but like, I don't know, dark-ish for what's ostensibly a kid's game. Obviously, spoilers. There's a good reveal. Everything works out. The reveal is the skeleton he's talking to. It's not his dad's skeleton. It's just some other skeleton. But that's just because the dragon's eaten so many Koopa Troopas that Koops can't tell all the Koopa Troopas apart. Which is also kind of a dark joke.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's a weird dark little game. In that one part, I have not encountered anything nearly that dark in the time since then.
I am also there. Like I said, there have been a lot of changes. I do want to shout out to Matt Mitchell in our chat, who brought up that there were quality of life improvements, and there definitely are. But one of the changes is a localization change, which in the original game, in the Japanese version, Vivian was transgender, but they changed that for America. They're like, no, there's no way in hell you can do that. Like, but in this game, they kept that. So that's really cool, and I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know what character that is, but yeah, sure, that's cool.
You get to him eventually, so.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's great. I don't know, man. What else? How far are you in the game? Have you beaten it yet, or are you just taking your sweet time?
I'm in chapter 5. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to get the last partner that you get, and then I think there's like 2 more chapters after that.
Word. Yeah, the game's fun, man. Yeah. Like I said, I kind of set it down in favor of I don't know, a little bit more big boy RPGs. But now that I've finished that other big boy RPG, it might be time to pick up this little kid RPG again. It's charming and fun, and like I kind of feel like I'd like to get back into it. Yeah. Again, as long as there's nothing as dark as the all the dead dad stuff for that one chapter. I mean, is there anything else dark? Have you encountered some darkness in the game, David? I'm not looking for dark right now. I'm looking for Paper Mario.
Well, there's pirates.
I mean, but pirates, do we call? I mean, okay, so yes. How much of how much like pirate shit do they really get into? Like, are they raping and pillaging, or are they more like charming, sing-songy pirates?
They're very lighthearted pirates.
That's good. That's good.
There is a kind of a sad scene. I don't think it's as dark as Coots is Dead, but yeah, there are dark parts, but it's not emotionally dark. Like you go into a spooky woods and then to like a town that's like at night.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, I didn't mean actually dark, like it's dark outside, but yeah, the kid can handle booze. It was the skeletons of the dead.
Did you say boobs?
Yeah, my kid can handle boobs, which is good because we get that Madame Flurry. Jake has had no questions about that character, so he can handle it.
I honestly thought you said your kid could handle booze, which is very concerning.
He can also handle his booze, man. That kid can drink me under the table. It's crazy. Thankfully, none of that's in Paper Mario, but yeah, it's here in the Harrington household.
No, they're just drinking milk and honey.
Uh-huh.
Titties and beer, son.
Well, I tell my son I'm drinking every night too.
Love that song.
Anyway, David, great pick, great soundtrack. Anything else on Paper Mario and this 1,000-Year Door? Have you opened the door yet?
No, that's like the end goal of the game.
Well, man, just checking, man. I don't know. That's a spoiler, maybe. I hadn't gotten that far in the game.
Yeah, I've never played this game. Maybe the 1,000-Year Door is something that you open at the beginning of the game, like a Pandora's box scenario, and now you got to close it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's just the friends you met along the way.
Exactly. There is no real door.
I think that, Jesse, you bring up a good point, and I think that would be my last thought on Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door. The friends you make along the way are great. All of the partner characters have their own personalities and abilities, and they're a lot of fun.
So, what game do we move on to next?
Well, who cares?
All right.
Game 2.
All right, guys. So, one review of this game read, for all the times I spent sucking my teeth, I spent twice as long in a satisfying engineer-like Lego trance. Some of the frustrations feel intentional. The game's whole shtick is a certain amount of unpredictability, and your components are never 100% trustworthy. Alright, who's got their answers? So Jesse has an answer up.
I had to write my answer even though I know it's wrong.
Alright, so let's see here. Jesse says, did you say sucking my teeth? John says Lego Dimensions, and David says Sonic Frontiers. None of those are correct. Objection! Oh shit. This is World of Goo 2.
Oh.
So Jesse, you're not wrong.
Oh.
World of Goo 2 just came out 5 days ago. It came out August 2nd on Switch and PC and maybe other things. I don't even know about the Switch and PC versions. World of Goo. Did you guys ever play the original World of Goo? Have you played World of Goo 2 yet?
I played
It's been a long week. No, I haven't played World of Goo 2. Yeah, there's a fucking hurricane. No, I forgot to download World of Goo 2.
I played the original briefly. I have not played the sequel.
Yeah, I'm where David's at.
Yeah, I just bought it today. I still ain't actually played this damn game. But I've bought it. I'm ready to roll. I just got to do it. But it looks awesome. I loved the original World of Goo so much. That was the first, I think, real big indie hit back in 2009, 2008, 2009 when it first came out. And this game introduces a lot of fun new elements. So, you know, you've got a lot of returning things. Like you got your goo balls, you got your sticky balls. This has new fluid dynamics. So you have balls that form a conduit to allow liquid to move through the level, and that's kind of a whole new thing is you're trying to get not just balls around but liquid around. And then there's new balls, like ones that you will, as liquid comes into them, they grow, and there's balls that as liquid goes into them, they shrink. And there was a bit
wait a minute, how does that work? If you put liquid into a container, how can the container get smaller?
Heat.
I wouldn't ask that question. They just do. That's a pretty good question about like how that would actually work in real life. I'm trying to find. There was some silly signs that basically say something like, "Oh, it's perfectly fine for these pink throbbing balls to grow in size. Don't worry about it." Just a good solid dick joke.
Good
Sounds like a ball joke.
I mean, the game is called World of Goo. They know what they're doing.
I thought this was one of those German films with the hockey pirate.
But yeah, fantastic game. Lots of like fun, silly satire going on here. Apparently, though, at one point in the game, it takes a weird turn that some people are uncomfortable with.
It's when the pirates show up, isn't it?
I've not gotten that far because, again, I've not actually played the game yet. But I'm excited to see what happens there and to see what it is that people are upset about. But God, I love the whole physics, aspect of it. I love the unstable goo structures that you're building. This also introduces goo cannons, so you have cannons that you can feed goo, and they shoot goo balls across, and you have like lines of cannons that you gotta line up. And you have like a lot of the fun original things, like you got the balloons, you got the fire goo. I think this one has now like exploding goo. And there's also like rock goo that you can form like rock structures with your goo balls. Rock hard goo, if you will. Man, the more I talk about this game, the filthier it sounds, doesn't it, huh?
Uh-huh.
You lost me at Goo Cannon.
I've just been letting you have it, man. I'm not chiming in on this. Yeah. Sometimes it's just a little too easy, man.
I can't. I keep thinking you're talking about like Peter North or something.
It's like the fucking, home run derby in here. It's just, too easy to fucking hit this, man. Like, you gotta make it a little challenging for me. Jesus Christ. It's softballs across the plate here.
Yeah, very soft.
No kidding. Softballs a go.
It's sticky.
See?
Well, until you get to the rock hard goo balls.
Oh yeah.
Right. That's the bonus round. Man.
I thought I'd make it tricky for you guys because that last song is like a remake of a song from the original game.
That's why it sounded so familiar.
Yeah. It's a little different from like when you hear them side by side, you're like, okay, I can tell the difference here. But yeah, it's the same overall melody, but very different instrumentalization.
I would say tricky enough to have picked a game that came out this week. That's you really didn't need to go tricky on it. By picking a game that has only existed for 5 days. That's pretty fucking tricky, Johnny.
Although I applaud you because you have done the most Johnny thing possible. You have selected a brand new game that just came out, which you have purchased and own, and still haven't played it.
Yep.
Despite all that.
I bought the game and soundtrack earlier today.
He's never.
And at no point were you like, 20 minutes before the show, let me fire this up.
Nope.
Oh, and you know what made me decide to go buy this game is I heard there was a Linux version, so I immediately bought it.
I stand corrected. Now you have done the most Johnny thing.
Johnny Game Possible. The Linux world of goo. Please. Does the Linux version come with any special goo?
No, it's the same game. It just runs on Linux.
There's no penguin goo?
Yeah, exactly. Pengu?
No Pengu.
Ubuntu goo?
No Ubuntu goo. I use Arch, by the way. No Arch goo. Yeah, it's just the same one. It just runs on Linux without any issues. Bought from a good old Humble Bundle.
Man.
A bundle of goo.
I wonder, I wonder if anybody out there has like the stats on Humble Bundles and how many of them contained at some point the original World of Goo. Like, it feels like the only way to buy World of Goo, if you're not buying it on WiiWare in 2008, is to have bought it for, a fractional nickel in a Humble Bundle sometime in the last, 16 years or so.
John, I'm going to do quick on-camera research to figure this out.
Well, you know who would have those stats is probably Humble Bundle. I bet they would know.
And that's the thing, if you cared to research it, Johnny, instead of just buying the game and not playing it, if you had called the Humble Boys and said, "Hey, give me your goo sheet so I can see how many bundles have your goo in them."
So I have the answer here. The approximate amount of Humble Bundles that contain World of Goo. All of them.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Even the ones that it doesn't even make thematic sense. Yeah. buy that like Warner Brothers Batman bundle. Oh yeah, it's also got World of Goo in it. Sorry, we can't get it out of there. It's
Oh,
inside the
Clayface.
point. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a crossover, man. Clayface DLC for World of Goo. That's that should be in play. That's somebody let me talk to DC about that. David, you've got contacts over there, right?
I wish.
And Johnny can talk to the Goo Men, and we can get the Goo Men talking with the Clayface and make something happen.
It is interesting to me, this game. I'm looking up now what can you buy it on, and you got the Switch, and then you got Epic Game Store, and then you can buy it, and then you can buy it direct from World of Goo for Windows, Mac, or Linux. Like, I don't
You
know.
can buy it in the original game.
What's that?
You say you can buy it directly from World of Goo, like there's a menu in the original game that says, "Hey, there's a sequel now."
No, like from the World of Goo website.
Oh, okay.
Directly from the game developer. You can buy it straight from them. I don't know why you buy it on Epic Games, because one, on Epic Games it says it only runs on Windows and Mac. If you buy it direct from them, you get the Linux version too, which is pretty sweet. And also, you don't have to
That is the main selling point.
And also, you don't have to have a fucking Epic Games account. Nobody wants that.
They should change it to World of Linux.
God, yes. Oh, I'd play that.
Because what's gooier than Linux?
God. Yeah, looking at my keyboard, nothing. All right, honestly. So yeah, World of Goo 2. I'm pretty excited about it. I can't wait to play it. I love the wobbly physics, of these games. I love the frenetic nature of it. I love when you're building a tower or something is about to fall, and you're like, fuck, and you're trying to get the balls out. And you're trying to get the balloons up. You're trying to grow the balls, whatever it is you got to do to save the day at the last minute. And this game has some replayability because it does have challenges for each level. So the default is, complete the stage, but then there's challenges like, get at least X goo balls, out of the level. Basically, you use goo balls to build structures, and then whatever you don't use, that's how many you collect. So yeah, try to do it with as few goo balls, try to do it in as few moves, try to do it in the fastest time.
I'm sorry. I know there's 3 more games on the episode, but can we just cancel all that and let Johnny talk about goo balls for the rest of the show? I could listen to this all night long.
Really pulling out all the goo balls. Man. You're really selling us on the goo, Johnny. Man. How much was that Humble Bundle?
Well, so today I bought it for $35 to get the game plus soundtrack.
Oh, okay. Oh,
which is a saving of $5. The game is $30. The soundtrack is $10.
Oh, okay.
Combine them.
So gotcha. So you bought a Humble Bundle that wasn't even like a true Humble Bundle. You just got a coupon.
Yeah.
Huh.
When I say buy direct from them, it actually takes you to Humble Bundle, and then they just sell it.
Word. I get it. I always think of Humble Bundles as being deeply discounted things for charity and whatnot. I was surprised to, it didn't quite click with me that a game that came out this week might have been sold to you by Humble Bundle. That would make no sense. It would be a very bad strategy for them to sell the game at a deep charitable discount the first week. I'm not, in games marketing, but I know better than that. So they're smart to have not sold you this game for nothing. So a small discount on the soundtrack of game, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Big investment, Johnny. You better play the game.
Yeah. I spent $30 whole on this.
Exactly. You fucking better play it. I expect to see streams. I expect to hear, Goo tunes on future episodes of Game That Tune.
Oh, maybe this weekend I can do a Goo stream.
Saying, man. Put that as the title.
Please do.
Yeah. Johnny's Goo stream. Viewers, the typical August absurdity.
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out how we can make it GGG. So, Game That Tune, Goo Games.
Yeah.
There we go.
Triple
G.
Oh, this is my favorite segment we've ever done.
Game 3.
All right, guys. So this game contains 4 worlds, followed by a set of 30 harder levels that the game calls the special game. In the Japanese version, you can attempt the different levels in each world in any order you want. However, in the North American and European releases, the order of the levels is set. I hope everybody's feeling good after hearing those tunes.
So good.
All right, very good.
Yeah, real kicking tunes.
Ah.
Let's see some answers. Oh man, Johnny says Tekken 7. Sadly, incorrect. David says Rainbow Islands. Sadly, also incorrect. And Jesse has the correct answer. This is, of course, Kickle Cubicle.
What?
I'm sure it's actually pronounced Kickle Cubicle or possibly Kickle Cubicle. I don't know. It's a weird title for a weird game. I don't really understand it myself, but it seems like a fun game in which you're a little guy that freezes things and turns them into ice cubes and kicks them to solve puzzles. Yeah. Jesse, you ever play Kickle Cubicle?
No, I actually haven't.
No. This seems like I feel like it's either I wanted to rent this and never could, or this was one of the games that they always had on Nick Arcade and no kid ever chose to play it. Because it's like a name that's in my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, I know Kickle Cubicle, of course. And then I'm like looking at the game, like, no, I certainly never played this. Like, not even close. I feel like I would have remembered this. A game that only takes place in ice levels, in which you play as a cute little character named Kickle. And yeah, you have to save people in the fantasy kingdom from the Wicked Wizard King. The king, of course, has imprisoned the people of Fantasy Kingdom in his dream bags, and you've got to get to the bags by solving little ice level puzzles. You freeze characters and then push them into gaps, and that lets you go to where the bags are in the level. So it's a little combat, little puzzle. It's fun. I'm trying to think of like I'm thinking like Legend of Zelda. David, you remember Legend of Zelda with like the ladder? It would let you walk between like a gap. That's kind of what you do with the ice cubes you form here. Like, so there's like a cutoff section of the map. You fill it with an ice cube. You can walk there. That kind of thing. A very kind of simple puzzle game. But you freeze things, turn them into ice cubes, push them in the gaps.
Yeah, I'm looking at this game now, like screenshots of it.
Mm-hmm.
I have never heard of this game, but it looks like something that 6-year-old me would have absolutely loved, and honestly, it looks like something that 37-year-old me would probably love.
Right? Yeah, like it's it seems straightforward and charming. Besides the fact that I've got to like a mental block against something that is all ice levels. I think I grew up not liking ice levels so much. I don't think this game has any kind of like ice physics, though. I don't think there's any slipperiness. I think you're just kind of, freezing stuff and pushing them into gaps. But still, there's a block in my brain where it's like, nah, I don't know about all that ice. Maybe it's just the Florida man in me. I don't trust it.
Do you think they meant to call it cubicle, or do you think they fucked up on spelling like some kind of cube icicle?
See, I mean, I feel like they're just trying to dance around it because, like, they couldn't call it like Kick Ice Cube. It's like they want a catchy sounding name, so they went with Ickle, but it's like they're trying to convey that you're a kid that has ice powers that kicks cubes. Character's named Kickle. So
Dude,
what's Kick?
Can you imagine a game called Kick Ice Cube though, where you're just kicking Ice Cube?
I mean, shit. If they made an Ice Cube themed remake of this, I'd be all about it, man. Fucking freezing people with your check yourself powers, and then pushing them into wreck yourself pits. And...
Ice Cube will swarm kick. Oh.
God, Kickle Cubicle is bad for your health. Much like big dicks in your ass.
What if he was just like a soccer player, but he like worked in like a cubicle? And
see,
so,
now that would also be an interesting setting. Yeah, but that's not it.
That would 100% be a modern like VR, Steam game for sure, though.
Yeah. It's just it's just a cute little guy that makes ice and kicks it. I don't know. I don't understand the name. Because it's just like it's so close to sounding like it makes sense, but it just falls apart.
Yeah, if it had a good Beastie Boys soundtrack that kicked in every time you kicked it, then I'd be all in.
See, that'd be good. God, if this was a Beastie Boys themed game.
Oh man,
Kick Beastie Boys.
How have the Beastie Boys never had a Beastie Boys themed game?
Yeah, kicking ice with the Beastie Boys. That'd be pretty good. Or they could have just called it Paul's Boutique. And then you'd be like, what the hell is that? Then it's just Kickle Cubicle. I mean, the Beastie Boys have appeared in at least one video game. So that they do have that going for them. Johnny, you never played NBA Street Volume 3?
Nope.
Man, you should go back and play it.
But
it's delightful.
Yeah, the Beastie Boys were also unlockable characters in one of the NBA Jam games.
See? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They were better portrayed in NBA Street Volume 3. It actually featured their music and their faces, not just like, palette swaps of other white characters with weird hair. So looking at you, red-haired Bill Clinton. Yeah.
His hair was red at the time.
It was the style at the time. Yeah. He'd gone, gray.
I did not have my hair dyed this morning.
You go gray at a young age back then, gray, red, what's the difference? But anyway, yeah, Kickle Cubicle. This was our fan request for the evening. It came to us from Silver Nova in Discord. Thank you very much, Silver Nova. Lovely old request we got here. Love to bring on some real. It's nice when you can bring us something that's obscure enough on the NES that David doesn't know what it is. Like that's a good request right there. Yeah. You just don't stump David very often with these things.
It seems very delightful, and I'm excited to try this.
Yeah, I think we should. It'll be, let's do it, guys. Johnny will stream World of Goo, and then we'll do like a 4-player speedrun contest of Kickle Cubicle.
Oh man,
it'll be a very absurd August. It'll be great.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, as long as I can, I don't know, somehow play this game. I'm not sure. Yeah. Has this quietly been released on the Switch Online service and I'm not even aware of it or something? That'd be kind of funny.
I don't think so. But you
I
could
feel like
probably
I
just
would
rent it at Blockbuster. I think.
Exactly.
This definitely seems like one of those games that comes out on Nintendo Switch Online and people are like, what the hell? Why can't I play Earthbound?
And then Nintendo doesn't release anything else for like 3 months on it. It's like, well, I hope you enjoyed Kickle Cubicle. We would have released it sooner, but we found out it didn't feature any cavemen.
Yeah, we gotta get all the caveman games first.
Get all the SNES caveman games in there first.
Christ.
Anyway, yeah, let's kickle it over to the next game, Johnny.
Game 4.
All right, gentlemen. This Konami parody game was released in Japan in 1990, and it didn't get an American release until 2019. All right, gentlemen. Let's see some answers if you got them. Everyone says Kid Dracula. Everyone's right.
Oh wait, god damn it!
Welcome to Game.
God damn
Oh
it!
my god! So yes, this is Kid Dracula. It's a silly little game where you play as Kid Dracula from the
Alucard?
from the Castlevania games. You're a kid, and presumably this like demon steals your cape, and so you're like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna go get my cape back because I'm fucking Kid Dracula." And have you guys played this before? Any of you, David?
I have, because it was part of the Castlevania collection that came out, right?
Yes, that's how I've played it. And it's it's a really kind of fun game. It's pretty neat. You're your Kid Dracula, and you like plays a lot like a Mega Man game. So like you shoot fire, and you can charge it up, and um, after each boss fight, you end up getting a new power. Some of them are like weapon abilities, but some of them are you turn into a bat and you can fly for a limited amount of time, or you can walk on the ceilings and stuff. Um, it's a
I was
pretty
gonna,
neat game.
I was gonna say I remember it being very Mega Man esque.
Yeah. Um, but like you just a lot of crazy stuff in this game. Like you go to space. Jason from Friday. Yeah, Jason from Friday the 13th 3 is there. You fight a Klansman. You go on a quiz show hosted by the Statue of Liberty, answering questions about the game so far and other Konami games. You go to like an airship and fight robots. It's a wild game.
Did I make this game?
Are you
Like,
Konami?
like I don't know, man. This whole like going on a game show hosted by the Statue of Liberty sounds like shit that I come up with. That's bananas.
Kind of.
I will say this also seems kind of like a Johnny thing, just a bad dad joke pun. One of the bosses is a drilling robot named Phyllis Driller.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I feel like that's a translation thing. I don't think that's the official Japanese name by any means, but I like it.
Yeah, it's good. Um, but like you like wake up and there's like a little recreation of Dracula's castle. There's even like the little like clock tower area with the gears in the background and stuff. And then you fight this like kid who's dressed up like, well, they say it's a ghost, but I am suspect because you like shoot him once and he cries and goes, and then you fight his they say it's his mother, who is also in a ghost costume, but it's very I know it's made in Japan, but you guys look at this. What does this look like to you?
Oh,
Well,
it's
you
a
know,
Nazi Klansman.
yeah, there's a swastika on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a dead giveaway.
It's,
I don't know what
yeah.
you guys are talking about. That's a fucking ghost.
It's a very fine ghost.
But yeah, that's was weird. But they say it's a ghost, and that's the like the Buddha symbol or whatever, or Shinto or something.
We all know that Nazis ruin swastikas for everybody.
Yeah. It's that kind of
Still,
stuff.
it's like that really looks like a Klansman with a Nazi.
It does. Like you're like, oh God, what are you doing? I mean, I'm glad Kid Dracula is killing them.
Like and I know there's like cultural differences and like blind spots, but I have to assume that somebody working at Konami would have seen that and been like, wait. I feel like I've seen something about this. Like, do they not teach U.S. history in Japan?
Well, I mean, they don't even need to teach U.S. history to like see that the swastika is problematic. Japan allied with Nazi Germany. They should be well aware of what that symbol is.
I didn't mean swastika. I meant the fucking Klan robes. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not familiar with their Reconstruction and Civil War history, but I mean that's kind of our thing, not theirs, and that's okay. But
this kind of thinking also got me thinking about Dracula. Like, okay, like seriously, is Dracula a bad person? Would you say Dracula is a bad guy?
Well, I wouldn't say he's a bad person. He's a vampire. He's a demon.
Well, I mean, so is that good or bad?
Well, he's not a person.
I mean, he does tend to kill people for sustenance.
Yeah. And even like the person that he's loosely based on, Vlad the Impaler and stuff, used to fucking murder a bunch of fucks, He seems like he's not a great guy. What I'm getting to is it's weird that they make a Kid Dracula game because it's almost like if you made like a Kid Hitler game.
Well, no, because you're not playing as Dracula. You're playing as Alucard, son of Dracula.
No, you're playing Kid Dracula.
I thought it was Alucard.
No, you're Kid Dracula.
Well, you know what? Even if he's not the best guy, he's beating up Nazis, so he's fine by me. Like,
well, that's true.
He's a kid, so like just because he's going to eventually grow up to become Dracula.
See, also U.S. relations with Soviet Russia during World War II. Like they're not the greatest guys, but you know what? Like they hate Hitler too, so not so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kid Genghis Khan. That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I'd play it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you'd want to play it, but at the same time, you'd be like, it is weird. Like, Kid Ted Bundy. That'd be kind of fucked up.
Well, it depends on what it depends on the content of the game. I don't know, man. If it's Kid Ted Bundy and it's a fucking colorful Mega Man platformer, it doesn't really have anything to do with Ted Bundy. Like, as long as he fucking, it's not Kid Ted Bundy like scouting college campuses or something. Like, I don't know.
Well, and honestly, even that, but like maybe the goal of the game is to educate people on what Ted Bundy did, right? Like, if it's a game where like you're playing as Ted Bundy, but like it's making you commit atrocities and thinking about how terrible a situation that was. And like, okay,
No, you like go to
Johnny-
like space and go on like an airship.
I was going to say, I don't think you were paying attention to the games. Like, oh, Kid Dracula teaches you the history of Dracula. At no point in Bram Stoker's original novel does Dracula go to Ellis Island and attend a quiz show hosted by the Statue of Liberty.
Where he's up against the Klansman from the former level and a giant chicken, by the way.
I mean, you don't know that that's not part of Dracula's like backstory because again, this is Kid Dracula. This is the untold story
The
of
origin.
I'm literally talking about the told story of Dracula.
Yes, this is Dracula Untold. Dude.
this is a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's to say that Dracula didn't do all these things before Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Mm-hmm. Dracula Origins, Kid Dracula. Dark Universe Origins, Kid Dracula.
I was thinking, something with Ryan Reynolds in it.
Blade 3 Trinity.
Can't imagine what would make you think of anything with Ryan Reynolds in it. That guy's not in very many movies. But yeah, no, Jesse, I don't know. I have no problem playing as Dracula. I have no problem playing as a kid that's going to grow up to be evil, as long as he's not, committing evil. And as evidenced by this game, he's beating up Klansmen. Yeah. Just because he's eventually going to be, blood-sucking monster doesn't mean he's not doing right in this game. So I'm cool with it.
That does raise an interesting question, though, because in vampire lore, you are bitten by a vampire and then drink blood and become a vampire yourself. Kid Dracula implies that somebody made a toddler a vampire. How does that work?
You bite a fucking kid.
But I mean, so that also raises further questions. Does this kid grow up to be Dracula, or is this a different character altogether?
He uses some kind of magic to like
Uh-huh.
alter his
Okay.
form.
That doesn't sound very in character for Dracula.
Magic, right? Yeah.
Certainly not the Dracula of the Castlevania series. He's a
He
very
changes his
straightforward.
shape all the time.
What are you talking about? No. He's a very consistent character. He never comes bursting in the room as a wolf man and then turns into a giant demon. Like, no. Dracula in Castlevania, real consistent, straight down the middle Dracula. But yeah, no, I would.
It's a neat game though. It's silly. Japan like to do these weird, silly versions of games, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, we should do more of those. I don't know, like what characters are left that we could do like kid versions of.
I found out that they did a super deformed like kid version of Snatcher, and that sounds really fucked up.
Ooh.
I mean, they're snowboard kids.
I mean, but those are just kids. What are you talking about? Are those kids all vampires?
No, you were talking about like there should be more
Hold
like
on.
diminutive like kid versions of games. They're snowboard kids.
Well, so can we talk about the idea of playing snowboard vampires? That sounds
that sounds fucking awesome.
That's pretty cool. You got to do it at night, but it'd be freaking cool.
I didn't mean like there should be more games in which you control kids. There's plenty of those, but
And
no,
if
I mean
you hit a tree the wrong way, you're toast.
kid versions of popular characters, either from video games or from literature, or whatever. There should be more silly kid versions of other things. Kid Dracula should have been one of many. But
yeah, Kid
Here we
Han
are.
Solo.
I'd play Kid Frankenstein.
Yeah, that looks cool.
I play Kid Darth Vader.
Sure, Johnny's kind of going in on the Star Wars of it all, but I mean,
I
I did play Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Kind of the
I
same.
play Kid Watto.
Yes. Do the voice, Jesse.
We do not accept Republic credits here. That's all I can do.
No, we don't.
Your
Actually-
Jedi mind tricks would not work on me.
I don't know why
use
we
Chance Cube.
If we're sticking with Star Wars, a game I would love to play, Kid Jabba the Hutt.
That'd be awesome. Oh my god.
Kid Dracula meets Kid Jabba. That'd be I'd be in favor of that. I really would be interested to see a young Hutt. Like I don't know what those things start out as. and
I'm
how
pretty
they
sure, like,
how they reproduce.
Yeah,
How they do
let's
a-
see like Larva Hut.
Mhm.
Job of the larva.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I've seen like extended universe art and everything where there's like a hut family, and it's basically like a kid hut is basically a hut shrunk down, like no
Right.
changes.
Pretty much.
well, that's what a kid human is too. So I mean, wow, Dave, you're really blowing my mind here. I'm just saying, like, like how huts reproduce. They lay a fucking clutch of eggs. Are they snakes or are they fucking like
They're
amphibians, or what are they?
Do they
Like,
fuck? What do they, do?
they
well, they definitely fucked, Johnny. We all saw Jedi. You saw him yesterday. He had plans. It's nasty.
they can actually change their sex. I forget what that's called.
Ooh, like
so
in Jurassic Park.
Well, Jurassic Huts.
basically,
Life finds a way, man. They tried to control those huts by making them all female. But
Imagine if that was the title of a film. Jurassic Huts : Life Finds a Way, man.
Jeff Goldblum sails in on the sail barge, and he's like, they were so concerned with whether or not they could play God, they never stopped thinking if they should.
No, I think you mean Jeff Goldblum comes on a sail barge. He goes.
As long as he's dressed like Princess Leia and Jedi, I'm all for it. He can say anything he wants.
No, Johnny, you got it completely wrong. Jeff Goldblum's on the sail barge going, ho, ho, ho.
It's all, it makes so much sense. Thank
Can't
you.
wait for that to get added to the soundboard.
Yes, that's my Jeff Goldblum right there, baby. Jeff Goldblum with more power. Jesse, great pick, man.
yeah.
I was going to say, one thing about soundtrack, I've listened to the soundtrack a lot. Coincidentally, I was listening to this literally earlier today, gttradio.com. One of those songs, at least one of those songs, is like a remake of like a more known Castlevania song.
Yeah.
Never bothered to go through the whole soundtrack and see if they all are like that, because I'm not good at picking those tunes out by ear. But like that last song you played,
Yeah.
I think definitely like beginning.
Castlevania 3.
Yeah. And I'm like, when you hear it and you realize it's like, well, holy shit, they took that fucking awesome song and turned it into like a kid's platforming song. Like, wow. And I've never bothered to go through the rest of the soundtrack and see if they did that to match up to any of the songs in the series. I should look into that. Maybe I
It's a
should
pretty good
Google it.
soundtrack.
I'm sure somebody's done this. Somebody besides me has to have done this. But great soundtrack, classic soundtrack, good game.
Yeah.
Great
Konami.
Yeah, Konami, man, that Kukeha Club.
Yeah.
Almost like they were prone to making bops.
Game 5.
All right, fellas. So, in this game, when characters are wounded, they will emit black smoke from their wounds. There are only two exceptions to this as a design choice. One being when the main character gets his scar and in the game's final battle. How is everybody feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Fantastic.
You fools. You all say Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. You are all incorrect. What makes you think I would do something so absurd as to feature a game for the 5th time in the span of 6 episodes of this show? That's just absurd. I'm disgusted by the very idea that I would do something like that. No, this game is, of course, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, the remake of Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, originally released on P, now released on 5.
Hey, fuck you. Hey, fuck you. Hey, fuck you. Hey, fuck you.
It's in 2022. Basically as a way of saying, hey, sorry, it's going to take a little bit longer for us to make Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah, a little side story, a little prequel to Final Fantasy VII, Crisis Core. Jesse, did you ever play Crisis Core?
Just a very little bit, because it was on PSP, and
Right.
so
It's on other things now.
well, yeah. Now I've been looking at it because it is on Xbox.
Yeah.
But then I'm just going to want to play Rebirth.
Right. Yeah. I was going to say, I mean, it could be a nice little, just, kind of tide you over if you aren't ready for, committing to remake and Rebirth. You can
I
play
played Remake.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, then you could probably, see, that's the thing. I'm wondering, should you play this before or after, Rebirth, quite frankly, because this is a side story. It's a prequel set 7 years before the original game. You're playing as Zack. And, I'm a little perplexed because here's a spoiler for my personal life. I finished Final Fantasy VII Rebirth finally.
Hooray.
Yeah. Guess what? I don't really know who Zach is. Like, for as much as that guy was featured in the marketing of the game and like the images of the game, I'm still not really clear on this. So, do I play this before Rebirth or after? I'm not really sure. But I don't know. I'm thinking about picking it up because for me as a PlayStation owner, it's on the PS Plus thing. It's free. So can't hurt to pop it in and play a little bit because it's like, hey, how about a little bit more Final Fantasy VII, action game content? Apparently, they basically just remade the game in the same kind of battle-ish system as Remake and Rebirth, and frankly, I'm in I'm in the mood for that kind of game right now, despite having just finished a very long one. But I don't know. Jesse, do you have any plans yet to play Rebirth or?
Well,
No.
the thing about Rebirth is you need a PlayStation 5.
Oh, right. It's not even on your thing. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
being
so-
honest.
So yeah, I do have plans to play it. I just don't know when I can start those plans.
Word. Okay. Yeah,
it's
that does
not-
complicate things.
It's not that I like, oh, I don't want to play this trash. No, if I could, I would have played it when it came out.
Right. But yeah, I'm intrigued by the Crisis Core. Because I feel like after Rebirth is probably the time to play it. Because again, like Rebirth doesn't really do a great job of explaining who Zach is in this story. He's just kind of a cool guy that you bump into and maybe get to control for a little bit. And he looks and acts a good bit like Cloud, but he's not Cloud. And then spoilers, the story just kind of comes to an end and it doesn't really get into who he is or his relationship with the other characters. So
It's a real crisis.
I'm having a little crisis in my core. One, haven't done a sit-up in 14 years. Two, I just finished Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I have questions about this Zack character. So it's tough, man. I am thinking though, like, I don't know. I like the action of these games at this point. Like, I'm not saying I can't go back to like playing a turn-based game, but like I really do enjoy the combat in these games. They're very fun games. So I'll probably pop this in, man. I'm curious to learn. From what I understand of the broad strokes of the story, it is just kind of what you expect from a prequel focusing on these soldiers. I don't know if it's spoilers say this about Final Fantasy VII, but there's this organization Shinra.
Who?
Shinra. They're the company that controls all the power on the planet, and it's made them into like the government of the planet. They're kind of sucking the life out of the planet and using it to power giant cities and things like that. And
They sound like they're on the up and up.
I was good. Well, see, that's the thing, David. I don't want it to be too much of a spoiler, but let me just say, Shinra bad.
Whoa.
Like maybe not as bad as some characters, but Shinra kind of bad.
Didn't know we were getting political tonight.
I hate to, man, but once you find out that they're like literally sucking the life out of the planet to use as electricity, and they don't really seem to care, that's a little, I don't want to say evil, but Shinra bad. And then there's also these other characters involved in the game. There's this guy, Professor Hojo. Jesse, what do you know about Hojo?
He's isn't he like a crazy scientist who likes to do experiments on people and things?
Yeah, who's he work for?
Shinra.
Yes. Professor Hojo, the crazy scientist that does experiments and turns people into monsters, works for Shinra. Shinra kind of bad. Professor Hojo kind of twisted, in like the, kind of like the Joker sense of the word. He's not, doesn't wear the face paint, but he cackles and, does evil things. He's kind of a bad dude. One of his big things, he I don't want to spoil too much, but like he's done some experiments involving this thing called Genova. Yeah, back in Final Fantasy VII Remake, I declared that this thing was a giant titty from space. It turns out it's not that, but at the time I was captivated by this, utterly confusing, evil thing that they're doing experiments on, and part of those experiments, led to creating the soldier program, and this guy. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, but there's this guy, Sephiroth. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. I don't know what role he plays in the prequel. He might be on the up and up in Crisis Core, so I don't want to speak.
Like a Kid Dracula situation.
It's a Kid Dracula situation. I don't want to speak ill of Kid Sephiroth, but
Kid Sephiroth, yeah.
I would play the hell out of that.
I get the feeling that he's going to do something fucked up eventually, and I have a hard time reconciling that. But I do think in Crisis Core he pretty much is just Sephiroth (parentheses hasn't lost it yet). Like he's just kind of doing the soldier thing, but still I think there's an overarching theme in the game of Shinra is bad, and they do bad things, and the results of some of those bad things are super soldiers like Sephiroth who lose their minds and then eventually attempt to destroy the planet with a giant meteor.
That's bad.
It's bad. I'm sorry, Johnny. I don't mean to pass judgment on these people, but Shinra's bad. They cause bad things to happen.
I don't know, and I'm not trying to be like playing both sides and all this, but you're saying Shinra, this company, they make super soldiers. Captain American's a super soldier, so maybe this isn't such a bad company.
Well, who made Captain America at first? It was the Nazis, right? Like, I remember those movies pretty clearly, and Stanley Tucci was a Nazi.
No, he wasn't.
I saw him wearing the outfit. He had the headdress on and everything. Wait, I'm thinking of Kid Dracula. Oh, crap.
Kid Dracula.
Yeah, you're just a Klansman in that.
I've been stuck on something for like 2 or 3 solid minutes now, John. Did you say that you found the big space titty utterly confusing?
Did I? Maybe I did, man. There's a lot going on with that Genova, man. That what initially looks like hot ancient demon in a tube, really kind of takes on a life of its own in the story, and you fight that thing a few times, and it's never as hot as when it's in that tube. The titty thing goes out the window quick. It really reveals its true nature, its true tittyless nature, pretty immediately, and it's upsetting. But man, yeah, I guess that's what I'm utterly confused by is the lack of titties in all the Genova fights. But yeah, man, fun games. Love this Final Fantasy. What do you call it at this point? Series, compilation,
Trilogy.
Thing. Well, it's more than a trilogy. It's like a quadrilogy at this point. Crisis Core is the 4th game.
Well, it is, but it's also not really I guess
franchise.
It's complicated. It's complicated.
It is complicated. I think Square officially calls it like the Final Fantasy VII compilation.
Okay.
I think, I don't know. But they're working on doing remakes and things, so who knows what they're going to call it. But yeah, between the original and then these little games they made in the mid 2000s and now the remakes, they got an intriguing thing going on. They're fun games with fun characters, and that's why we're going to close out tonight's show with a quick, fun lightning round. I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth this past several months.
What?
Have you?
Yeah, I've immersed myself in this series. And I gotta say, I'm a big fan of the game, big fan of the characters. Game has a lot of characters, a lot of interestingly named, unusual characters in it. And I've got a lightning round to test you guys's. Final Fantasy VII knowledge. Hold on, I have to go get this meowing cat off of my microphone. Be right back.
Is this part of the lightning round?
I don't think so, but I can't say for sure.
Meow.
Paxton lately has been such like a nuisance, so I'm on any kind of video call.
Oh, really? Where is he now?
I don't know where he's at now, but
Oh.
during work, I get on a video call. He's like, "I'm on this call now."
Okay, so Johnny,
Oh, shit, your cat talks like that?
What was that, John?
You're fully relating to what I'm experiencing
Yes.
right now? Okay, good. Because, yeah, I don't want to be thought of as some kind of guy that doesn't like his cat, but, like, shut up.
I don't know. I bring the cat on the call and be like, "Guys, this is my cat. He's on the call now."
Yeah, that's fine, but she won't. My cats don't approach me. They don't want to be near me. They want to sit over there and just make themselves known. To which I say, psst, 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 get the fuck out of here. Anyway, as I was saying, we got a little Final Fantasy VII inspired lightning round where I'm going to test you guys' knowledge of Final Fantasy VII characters. So I've got a list of characters. I'm going to give you their names, and you're going to tell me if these characters are from Final Fantasy VII or one of the related Final Fantasy VII games, be it Dirge of Cerberus or Crisis Core or, I don't know, the other things, Advent Children or Remake or whatever, or if it's from something completely not that. So, yeah, it's a simple game. I'm going to give you a name, and you tell me if it's from these games. So, Johnny, we're going to start with you. Zach Fair.
Yes, Final Fantasy VII and adjacent.
Yes, that's correct. Just want to make sure you know. Well done. Well done. Well done. We're going to go to David. Genesis Rhapsodus.
No.
David, I'm sorry to say that's incorrect. Genesis Rhapsodus was introduced in Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII.
Hey, fuck you.
We're going to go to Jesse. Jesse. Riku Replica.
Is that from Kingdom Hearts?
Are you saying it's not from Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah, not from Final Fantasy VII.
You're right. It's not from Final Fantasy VII.
My man.
Riku Replica, of course, was introduced in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories.
Oh,
Yeah. We're back to Johnny. Selfie Tilmet.
I'm gonna say no. They're not from a Final Fantasy VII game.
Johnny, that's correct. Selfie is, of course, from Final Fantasy IX.
Hey, fuck you.
I mean, oh shit, wait.
My man.
Yeah. Let's see. David, you're up next. Dion Lesage.
No.
David, that's correct.
My man.
Dion is from Final Fantasy 16. Jesse, you're up. Angel Hawley. Excuse me, Angel Hewley. Misread that last name. Angel. What a name.
I'm gonna say no, not from Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, Jesse, I'm sorry. Angel was also introduced in Crisis Core.
Okay.
Hey, fuck you.
We're back to Johnny. Jorah Mormont.
I'm gonna say no. I'm pretty sure it's from Game of Thrones.
That is from Game of Thrones.
My man.
All right, good. David Han De Han.
No.
David, that's correct.
My man.
Han De Han is in Ehrgeist. Jesse Estelle Bright.
Oh fuck. I've heard that name. I don't think it's Final Fantasy related or Final Fantasy VII related.
You don't think so? You don't think so, Jesse? You're correct.
My man.
Estelle is from Legends of Heroes, Trails in the Sky.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Johnny, we're back to you. And this is the last three. Lucretia Crescent.
I'm going to say they're from a Final Fantasy VII game.
You're right, Johnny. Lucretia is originally from Final Fantasy VII.
My man.
David, Prompto Argentum.
Jesse is subtly nodding. I'm gonna say it's from Final Fantasy VII or adjacent.
Got you. He got you in on the.
I was nodding because I knew what he was from. I wasn't nodding to give you a hint. I'm sorry.
Jesse, what's the game in which you play as Prompto?
Final Fantasy 15.
That's right.
Hey, fuck you.
Wait, I'm sorry. So there is an actual character named Prompto?
Prompto, baby. You gotta play Final Fantasy 15 sometime, man.
It's my
That
favorite
was
pizza
pretty fun.
place.
Yeah. Prompto Argentum. They got $7 hot and ready. But yeah, okay, Jesse, you've got the last one. Geisel Bugenhagen.
I think that is from Final Fantasy 7 game.
Johnny, give me your best Geisel Bugenhagen impression.
I just did.
Yes, Jesse, that is from Final Fantasy VII.
My man.
Well done, fellas. Johnny, you got 4 correct. You knew all of these things. David, 2 correct, and Jesse, 3 correct.
Oh my goodness.
How absurd as absurd as any we've ever had in the past. Well done. Good times, fun names, silly bullshit. That's what Final Fantasy VII is all about. Series of games that I'm enjoying. I'm going to keep playing them. But for now, guys, it's time to take this thing home. Johnny, activate the extra absurd calculating computer.
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps. Boops. Scoring complete. This game's winner is... John Regan.
Wow. How absurd. On the strength, not only of the, the bonus round is what put him over, but, it was a tie going into that round. You guys all had a very fantastic showing tonight. But Johnny, he pulled ahead with that Final Fantasy VII round.
Yeah.
I gotta hand it to you, Johnny. You're the Final Fantasy VII guy now, not me. I'll stop talking about this series. You clearly, know your things.
Oh,
So,
dope. So, yeah, I love that new Final Fantasy VII Rebirth mini game, the Blood Hearts card game that they got. That's a lot of fun.
Oh, Johnny, it's going to take everything in my power not to correct you.
Did you say blood farts?
No,
Yes,
I did
he
not, but now I did.
Yeah, that's one of the unlockable powers late in the game.
They're called courteous.
Right, yeah. It's one of those synergy skills. Red 13 and Barrett team up and do the blood fart.
Sephiroth, did you do this?
It's a reunion cloud. But yeah, Johnny, congratulations. You've done it. You've won the opening round of August Absurdity, the defending champ, showing up in a big way. Truly impressive. And what that means, of course, is that the champ is in charge. So, normally it's you get to, pick your opponent or what else have we done in the past?
I think it's pick your opponent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, last year we eliminated somebody. We're not doing
Oh
that.
yeah.
So Johnny, you could choose somebody to be eliminated from the show right now. But we don't have to do that. You could just do the normal thing and pick your opponent. And we only have four Wednesdays to get this thing in the can.
I would like to
So you have-
eliminate David Weiland right now.
It's like you have the opportunity to do the funniest damn thing.
I announce I have been eliminated. No work. Actually, Johnny knows that should you be eliminated, that means you have to pick the songs for the future episodes of the show. So that's the way to do the most work. The winners do the least work in August Absurdity. So Johnny, call your shot. Who's what's coming next week? What's the matchup?
I think I'm gonna hold off on. I want to hold off my final till 2 weeks from now. I want next week to be not who I'm going against.
Okay.
So in 2 weeks, John, I want to go against you.
Ooh,
So that means next week I want Jesse to go against David.
Oh, classic matchup.
Good.
I'm in favor of that.
Good.
Yeah.
Grudge match. Man, we really, before we start these shows, should look up our records against each other, our head-to-head August Absurdity records. Those are, it's not very much information to pull together. We should know these things at this point. But, wow, Jesse and David back head-to-head in the August Absurdity Arena next week. It's going to be a blast, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. You guys have anything that you want to say to one another?
I mean, I haven't really had the time to plan any trash talk, so I'm just gonna say I hope for a good, fun match, and Jesse has always been a worthy competitor.
Last week, you fucking stole that shit playing your fucking Legend of Zelda bullshit, so I'm coming for you hard. You thought
Thank-
World of Goo was sticky. Well, next week it's going to be you, brother.
Okay.
When you go off the dome, David, go insulting. Don't go pleasant, man. That's your classic, classic thing you fall
Classic
into. You're always
blunder.
so respectful. Exactly. You get involved in a land war in Asia, and you're contrite to Jesse in these promos. Terrible idea. But yes, Jesse versus David in a I don't know, World of Goo, Hell in a Cell match next week. It's gonna be fantastic.
No.
Hell in a Cell brought to you by World of Goo 2. So,
Oh, God. Taz can talk about how much he likes World of Goo.
fucking Goo Jones over here. So yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be absurd. It's gonna be a blast. Johnny and I are gonna pick the theme or the songs or whatever, and we'll take some requests and we'll fuck with you guys a little bit. That's what we do here in August Absurdity. It's good. It's good times. Good clean fun. Good gooey fun. Good gooey game that tune. Triple G, baby.
Yeah.
We made it.
Oh,
GTT.
Hockey Pirate.
Get ready. So, man, what a show it's been. Thanks to everybody watching live with us, live every Wednesday night, twitch.tv/GameThatTune. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to everybody checking us out in podcast form. Our podcasts come out Tuesday mornings at GameThatTune.com or anywhere that you get your podcasts. Remember to subscribe and give us a rating and make your friends listen to us. Do all that stuff. Cat's back. Let's see if I can throw a hat. Yeah, that's right.
Was the cat offended by that hat?
No, I mean, it's not an offensive hat. It's just a big hat. I was gonna wear it tonight, but it wasn't very comfortable with the stuff on it. I don't know. Is this an offensive hat?
I think it depends on what you do with it.
Right.
I don't think wearing it on its own is fine. If you applied any amount of bronzer, then it's not so fine. So
Right. Yeah. This thing. It's just my gardening hat. It's not even a specific. It's not a racially
yeah,
charged.
if that's a hat you actually wear for something or other, then it's fine.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
There's no swastika on it. That's good.
No. Check it out. It's just a sun hat. Yeah, I got it at the flea market, $6.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but yeah. So let's see. Yeah, we thank the Twitch, thank the podcast. We got to thank Patreon, patreon.com/GameThatTune. Always a good time over there. We appreciate you guys sticking with us, helping us keep the lights on at gttradio.com, our 24/7 video game music live stream. Big changes coming there. We appreciate you guys sticking it out with us. We love you guys at gttradio.com and at Patreon. So yeah, go to Patreon, help support us. And, we appreciate you guys. We especially appreciate our absurd fans on Patreon. You know the ones I'm talking about. Daniel Perky, Sam L, Phoenix Tier 2121, Beast Pond, and HCO, a fantastic group of Patreon absurd fans. Our request tonight came through Discord from Silver Nova. Silver Nova, fantastic request. Thank you so much for that. Discord, great place to make your requests. Check us out. Somebody throw the Discord up in the Twitch chat. Check the show notes in the podcast. Join us, chat along with us. We love seeing you guys in Discord. We love our fun little community. And guys, that's going to just about do it. I can't believe that we have to keep doing this, but Johnny has yet again won an episode of Game That Tune. So we have to hear Johnny's bonus tunes, which I'm certain he chose and has ready. I'm sure that he's going to really take us home on an absurd note in the classic Johnny tradition. So Johnny, let's hear it. What do we got, man?
Yeah, well, so it's August, and what do you start thinking about in August? You start thinking about Valentine's Day. When I start thinking about Valentine's Day, I start thinking about Valentine's Day 2006 when the Eskimos did that live show that got recorded. This is the Eskimos covering "That Thing You Do" from Valentine's Day 2006.
Oh no! The most absurd pick. Well, peace out, everybody.
Right now, sorry. I got a cold a couple days ago and fucking instrumental band every fucking day except this day, so. That's what I told your mom last night.
Man, what a time, what a time. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is copyright 2024 Nintendo Company Limited. World of Goo 2 is copyright 2024 Tomorrow Corporation. Kickle Cubicle is copyright 1990 IRIM. Kid Dracula is copyright 1990 Konami Company Limited. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion is copyright 2022 Square Enix.
All right, we're out. And